You remember everything they won, baby. Hey, baby, let's go. Set this up, balance it, and make it work smoothly both up and down. Okay. Okay, so right now the technical skills are going to have to kick in here soon. Leo.
Alright.
DMX, inspect, please.
Not bad, boys.
Jim, what do you got to say?
It looks a little lopsided.
A little bit. Didn't it fall?
That's how you tell.
That's how you do it. See, you didn't explain that.
We didn't need to explain that. I needed to see how you look, how you think.
Do them again.
You have to be learning and watching the head and the ratio of what you're filming constantly, nonstop, like in your head, adjusting to it before it's even a thing, right? Because if you level these legs out, like at whatever point, if you're going low or high, and you make sure that they're straight, even if you're doing it like this, right? Just real quick. I wish I'd learned this when we were shooting weddings. It would have saved so much time.
A lot of guys are like, feel like it's like this, and they're just like, they're like
Trying to fix it in like the bride's walking down the aisle or something. Yeah.
And then like everything just falls over, they die, and they're like, I want to get both of you guys out to weddings because you're gonna learn so much. You're gonna learn how to work under pressure. You're gonna learn that like you don't have 2 takes, you don't have 3 takes, you have 1 take.
Your shot has to be right.
Aisle, that's it. She's walking. You're not gonna be like, cut. All right, reset.
Run it back.
I guarantee you guys, if you guys learn how to shoot weddings, you can do anything after that.
Yeah.
You can do documentaries. You can do films. Like, you're gonna be above everybody else.
Because remember the technical aspect of it. Like I said, depending on where you're gonna land in doing what you're doing, think about it. First, you're gonna actually have to go through experiencing it on the go, whatever it is that you're filming. You have to react to the moments, and that means you have to film under pressure non-stop and do it well and quick to where you could follow the story and not the technical crap, right? What you're really learning is how to quickly learn all of your skills here. It's like editing, right? You quickly learn all these shortcuts. The second that they're memorized, you actually focus on the story now, right? You're not focusing on, crap, where's cut?
Yeah.
Where's delete? Do a little test. 30 seconds, the camera is it's off, mic's not on, tripod's completely off. Set it for the shot, and the bride's walking right down this aisle right now.
Me?
We're gonna time it. No, all of us are gonna do it. DMI, all of us are gonna do it. Wait, what's doing you? I didn't start. The timer didn't start yet. Go back.
See,
Undo.
You see, the thing is, I would have all this prepared.
No, you wouldn't. Not when you're moving. Not when your gear is in your car and the wedding is right there and someone's walking down the aisle.
Let's say you were stuck in traffic and like the bride's about to walk down the aisle. You're like just getting to the ceremony.
This is like you have to prove your skill set, and this is how we're gonna practice. Basically, this is what I'm doing. I'm taking the camera. I'm taking this. I'm setting up my shot to be right below eye level. Okay, Sam, you're going to stand right in between those two cars.
Beautiful. Like a sweater.
So, I have 30 seconds to set you up. In 30 seconds, you're going to tell him go. I have to be shooting him by then.
Ready?
I'm going to tell you when 30 seconds hit.
And you're gonna start walking?
And he's going to start walking. And
You're gonna start walking when I say go. 3, 2,
Okay,
1, go.
Lock this thing.
Sam, go.
Nope. And no card and camera. Cut. Failed. Mission failed.
Mission failed.
Okay, but think about this. We just had 30 seconds to set up a shot under impossible situations.
You would have probably gotten the tail end of the bride walking down the aisle.
Correct.
You wouldn't have got the beginning part, which is still.
This is again impossible, right? This is like 30 seconds.
30 seconds is not enough. Yeah.
This is the stupidest thing to ever do, but this was 30 seconds. Now, let's go next. Dennis.
Set, go.
Cut. Stop. No more adjustments.
Got it. Got it.
That was good. So you still got it on me, bro. All these years later, still's got it.
To your defense, I still shoot weddings. You don't.
That's true.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Put it home to the test.
Damn.
10,
1, cut. Stop. All right, let's see it. Done. Let's judge it. How do I look? Done?
Yeah, it's good. You made it. Workable footage.
We like workable. We always like workable.
I'm not looking at him. I'm just. I don't.
All right, we're running him next. So
I
we're
don't
doing
even
Leo
know.
first.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't even know how to change like ISO.
This is what I came here to do.
Yeah.
To learn this. Ready? Set. Go.
I think you have to switch it. I think it's unlocked.
It's called teamwork.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's called teamwork.
Good?
Good.
Stop. How long do you think that was?
Like a minute 15, minute 30, minute 20, minute 30.
Minute 35.
Yeah.
We're running last but not least before we get into it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and go. Time. Well, you know, a minute and 6 seconds, a little bit faster. But you have experience with your brother, that's why. You filmed with him a little bit. You were on your own thing. Leo has never done that. In the beginning, especially, right, as you're warming up to people and you're doing that, it's one of those things where you want to warm them up. Like, actually, you know what? That is a really good idea. But what about this one real quick? Let me show you something. I have a thought. Just tell me what you think real quick. You're like, hold on, just try this. We'll do that. But what about this? Give me a sec. What about we do this? You know, the horizons at the back, you got the mountains at the back, you set up a beautiful shot, and everyone's like, oh, wait, actually, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, sure. Now he allowed you to do it your way, because they still let him make the call. You know what I'm saying? Or her.
It's all about just like building other people and this is something I'm learning every single day. Is like, because I'm a visionary in my own right too. Each of us are visionaries in our own right, and like we have to be so sensitive because we have to realize that it's not about our vision. It's about what the team can do together. At the end of the day, guys, like all we want as humans is we want to be understood and heard, right? We want to know that our ideas are actually good or our ideas are heard, right? This is just one part of it. Like coming to a wedding and shooting and like that's one part of it, but working with people is a whole different world that you guys are going to learn. But that's, I think, the most important because a lot of times people get caught up with this.
Technical. See, this is, I love to continue. You please continue on what you're going to say, but notice how like this entire conversation led dominantly from a people standpoint this whole time, not a technical standpoint. Like we all understand that you two have the brain power to learn this thing and do it well. And this is all, you'll learn this. Like you'll either watch YouTube videos or test it out and you'll learn in 3 years or in a year or half a year, whatever it is, you'll figure this out. But this info and like how to work with people, if you get that down, and even if you're bad at this, but you can make people feel a certain way in the process of you figuring it out, people will come back to you every time because they had a good time with you. It's how you made them feel. It's how we make our clients feel in that moment, in that specific second. That's all that matters.
Remember this quote, guys, for the rest of your life. People will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel, ever. Like it takes one moment to make somebody feel a certain way, and they're never gonna want to work with you again, or they're never gonna want to be around you again.
Put a sour taste in their mouth. Like they might never say anything to you, they just won't work with you.
Guys, like at the end of the day, like this is all like materialistic stuff, which is gonna come and go, but like what we have here in relationships and like people, this is gonna stay. Like I really hope that this is something like these relationships that we have with each other will stay for the next 50 years, 60 years, right?
Think about it this way. When you create an environment and a space for somebody to work in because you have done the work in terms of something like this, think about how meaningful and deep you can build a relationship and a friendship with somebody of a certain caliber. Like that's what people don't get, is like people are like, oh man, I gotta look a certain way, I gotta talk a certain way, I gotta approach people, so I gotta say certain things, I gotta change myself and adjust myself for this human being to make sure that I fall into line, right? No. If you come at it purely from a form of, yo, I'm here because this is what I love to do, and if I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for someone else, that's a confidence in you that you know, like, if I don't have a job with you, I have a job with him because I'm gonna work my ass off and someone's gonna hire me. because I love it and I'm finding my own style, and people are gonna pay for it, right? You gotta believe that. Like, people will pay for your time, for you to come in and bring something. That's only gonna happen when this becomes automatic and second nature, dude. I'm serious, like, I'm not exaggerating. I want you guys to be 10 times better than I ever was and ever will be, genuinely, because I want to grow too. This, I'm about to set up as I'm talking to you. You're walking me through your idea. I'm already set up the camera. I'm still listening to you, engaging with you, because this is autopilot, you know? And you just basically get set, by the time you're set up and you're basically ready to call the shot, and you're like, all right, you ready? And they're like, wait, we're ready to film? I've had that happen so many times. Wait, you ready to shoot? Don't you need to like set, I'm like, oh, I already did. What? I'm serious. And it's just the most like, wait, what? So you're telling me you thought that I was gonna come unprepared to do a shoot with you? You thought I'm gonna disrespect you by wasting your time? No, that's not how I play this game. I play this game to make sure that you look good, not I look good. I'm here to make sure that my skills can make you shine, right? Because that's what I'm proud to do. I want to do that for others. I don't want to shine. I don't care to be in front of the camera. That's not why I'm doing this, right? I want to be the best at that. I want to make sure our team is the best at that. When we can start doing this and doing it at that level consistently, boys, once you find out what we're doing this year, give me a little bit longer. You guys are gonna trip. I'm saying learn this quick. We're about to get to work.
Everything, I think, guys, like, the biggest thing to take away from this is like, stay humble, obviously, because you're gonna grow. We're gonna give you the tools to become the best. You guys are gonna become the best. Just know that already, because what we're doing here is like, nobody's doing what we're doing.
We're doing this to enable you guys, but understand this, you guys are gonna have to take this to or as far as you guys want to. We're not better than anyone in the city, boys. As a matter of fact, I always say this, there's probably 100 people down these next 4 blocks of road that could probably film better than we ever will. The difference between us, in my opinion, is if we can make people feel a certain way, we could be 99% good and someone's 101, but they're assholes, we will get hired every time over them, I promise you. Anyone will get hired over a dick, asshole, or a know-it-all, right? But if you're humble and you keep your head down and you work with somebody based on what they want you to do and what they expect you to do, boys, you will change people's lives, because people will say, holy crap, wow, like, I want to work with people like that. I want to work with people that make me feel that way, and they're going to search their whole life to be understood the way that you made them feel understood in those 2 minutes without realizing that that's what you did.
Yeah. The biggest thing I'd give you guys too, like, you want to be a good conversationalist? Listen. Literally, I've had conversations where I probably said like a few words.
I've witnessed that a few times, actually.
And people have told me, I love talking to you. You're so great at talking or whatever.
The secret to that, all that you need to know is you need to listen and understand how to keep driving the conversation forward.
Yep.
Person who's actually leading the conversation, who's saying the least. Because if you just know how to, like, by the time someone's wrapping up something that they're saying, you can quickly think of, damn, that's crazy. Huh, so where did you start all this? Boom, they're talking for the next 10 minutes. This is a crazy upbringing. So wait, what was your mother like? What was your pops like?
Yep.
Do you have any brothers? Where were you influenced by? You just need to say, like, just crumbs.
Ask good questions. That's it. Because here's the also sad truth of LA. People typically don't care about other people, or they typically don't want to get deep with people. So they don't, like, ask people, how are you doing, right? Or like, how's your day? Or like, hey, tell me about yourself, right?
It's the most unexpected thing, but it's the most human thing, right? It's the most down-to-earth question of, like, tell me about your family. Tell me about you. Tell me about where you came from. Because you're asking all the questions around who they are, and you're really actually asking about who they are in that moment, and they're gonna appreciate that more than ever. No one can win us in the city if we apply those standards forever as a standard for us, right? People over everything, which is our motto. Like, that is why that is our motto, right? Because that's actually the secret. It's the most obvious, in your face. Like, that is the secret to the success of what we're gonna have, and I promise you.
Yeah.
So we'll watch this video back in 5 years. Guys, you will realize you'll be sitting in your mansions that this video was that moment. I'm serious. You think I'm joking. We will be billionaires by the time we die. I'm sorry, our company will be worth billions. I promise you. And I will die trying. And we'll die fighting for that. And we will both die fighting for that. All of us. Like, it's not about the money. It's about the fact that we can get to a point with serving people and working with people to where we have relationships to do whatever it is that we feel led to do that's on our heart. Film, movies, shows, like, we can then express ourselves and express our true feelings because we put in the work.
Yeah.
We have the right to do that now.
Yep.
We earned it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this right here and right now. Having cool cars, having big house, having money is never gonna make you happy. So if you're searching for that, that's cool, but just know that like as you're going in this life, as you're growing, don't get to a point one day where you're like, oh wow, I was running after all these material possessions and I missed out on the moments, right? If you could put people first, if you can serve people, you're gonna be the richest person. Because when you help somebody else, people are gonna help you back. But if you try to do it by yourself, no one's gonna wanna help you.
We're gonna have these opportunities this year. And if you guys stay at it and learn and are faithful to it, I promise you guys will get your shot. And once you get your shot, you guys better be ready. I can't warn you, Dima can't prep you, Dennis can't prep you. Once it's your time and it's gonna be your opportunity, you might get a second chance, but you'll never get the second chance to make the first impression. Solid, right? So it flips, and you literally just hold it sideways, but the camera, the monitor basically is literally like this as you're filming the whole thing.
So this is the vlog. We're going to the beach right now.
And what's with the flip camera?
There's a camera, so
Yeah, I know. You could take photos or record a selfie. You could record your reaction while you're filming.
That's
crazy.
Hey, we out here.
Leo?
Hello, we're in Malibu right now. You know, we're learning the camera stuff.
Good.
Kind of lost the accent there for a second.
Oh, I have an accent? Yeah.
You lost the accent there for a second.
Hello.
You like a cup of tea?
Super original, man.
Hi. Talk about the exposure triangle.
Dennis, I think you should talk about the exposure triangle.
Dima, I think you should talk about the exposure. Because you're the technical dude. You can explain it technically.
So, we went through this with you. What do you remember from that?
The first thing is how long, like, is how much light you're no wait, the aperture is how much light you're letting in, and it's like the depth of, it like makes it so it's like blurrier depth of field stuff. The ISO is like the, if it's like
light?
fake light, yeah, it's like, makes it grainier.
Yeah.
If it's dark. And then shutter speed is
Motion blur.
Let him say.
motion blur.
No, it's not.
ISO, all that it is just literally you're boosting the frame with fake light, right? That's all that you remember. ISO, fake artificial light that you're adding. So the more you go, the worse and grainier it's gonna look because it's fake. The aperture is literally like, it's basically how you want to make the audience feel, right? Do you want them to feel like they understand the whole picture, right? The back, the front.
That's actually a really good way to look at it.
Or do you want them to focus on a person, moment, emotion, or thing that's happening here versus focusing on everyone around you because your aperture, when it's open, right, you see the focus everywhere.
Imagine it's like this is the focus field, it's 1.4. If you start going to like
10?
10 is like this.
That's a depth,
And then it
right?
goes 20, right? And then
So everything's in focus at that point.
ISO, guys, is the last thing you want to touch. Because it's really during the day, you have a lot of light to work with. Like Vitaly said, the more fake light you add, the more it breaks your image. It tears the image apart.
So this situation is very complex. So let's light to where we can try to get as much of the background while still maintaining.
Do you want to light for inside here, or do you want to light for
How do we light for both? If you borderline play a silhouette, right? But you don't have to play a full silhouette. Can you set up the shot for me? You want to try to both get me right now? Tima's gonna set it up. He can still find a way to incorporate both worlds and still utilize me in the shot and show me and still show the pier. If I do this, now I'm completely out of shot. Like you can't even see me. But when you turn me, the more you turn me towards this area, you still have me in frame there. It's better how it starts looking. See that?
You don't want to go too far with the shutter speed. Once you get into like this range, you start to lose detail in the shadows, and you don't want that because then like you just have nothing here. But then you don't want to go too low. We're shooting in 24, so we want it to be at 50. So obviously now
for it to be like a good shot.
Yes.
In framing this shot, you would change it, right? So if you're exposing for him now, you want to frame him, so Dennis flip. So I want you to actually face that FedEx box over there. Look, now you move the camera frame to the right a little bit. So it changes the shot completely because now you're positioning for making him the most important thing in the frame, instead of making that moment and the where we're at most important. The way that lighting is hitting, right? So if I position somebody to look out this way, photo or video right now, all of these rules apply. You can take photos with this or video in a sense, right, with lighting. So I can be like this, or quite frankly, if you want to make it dramatic, I can be sitting like this, right? This. Right now, I could be sitting actually, if you frame me right, like this. It's even bigger now, the shot. Right? So the art is in both. You have to both position somebody and frame your shot, right? And tell them how to do so. I could be sitting like this, it'd be awkward. You could tell me, hey, throw your left leg down. Okay, that opens it up. Throw your right leg up. Boom. Look at this frame now. Completely changes the whole feel. Or this. Or this. This. Or this.
Yeah.
This.
Other thing, for this shot, we're too high. So we would go lower.
Yeah. Yeah. Typically, you want to be eye level or lower.
For us, we're after a certain feel when people look at a camera, and I never want to be above anybody, and I never want to make someone's opinion feel overheard. But the way I see it is the standard should be we're always making the person feel not equal to the viewer or the audience, just slightly more important than us. How do I make you look better from here? Yeah. Right? Why am I getting this shot? Why am I getting this shot? Why am I getting this angle? Why am I shooting you this close with a 24 lens or shooting you from this far but yet this close with a 70 lens? It will make you feel different when you look at the shot. So let's go test it. Let's go see it. You guys will play around it and start seeing it practically and how it works.
I'm going to the beach right now. Got my camera gear.
This is your first time at the beach. You've been in LA for how long?
6, 7 months.
And this is the first time you're seeing the water. Okay, you gotta go test it. You gotta put your hand in it. Always remember, you always protect the camera when you fall. Bones can heal.
Yeah, bones can
Cameras, you gotta work to fix. I'm kidding. Well.
Like 10 grand in your hands right now.
All right, Dim, go.
Thank you for reminding me.
It's fine, Sam. Don't be paranoid.
I'm paranoid.
From down there and show them how to frame me from up here. And it's still recording. Make sure it's still filming.
Oh, I made it.
Okay, Sam. We need to get you down to a 30-second roll, man. I need you jumping down this thing soon.
How should I frame
Tell me
it?
where to look.
So depending on if you want to make him look hella big, then you do that, you know? What's going on? What's going on? 30 seconds, let's go.
I want to get it like
Lower?
so like it's like, you know.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful frame. So position the frame a lot more to the left. Just turn it more and more. Look at how it changes and provokes a feeling. Hold that for like 5 seconds and then switch over to the right. Do the complete opposite. Right, like that. Find like a similar type of angle with multiple dimensions and see what else you could find.
Alright.
Curious to see it. We'll see that in a second. Now cut him off. Cut off his chest right here. Yep, and frame that. Look at that shot right now. That is the most different shot I've ever seen. All you did is just pan up. You kept him in the frame, but look at it. That put him in the very far right there. Holy crap. Right?
Yeah.
Looks like he's alone, he's by himself.
So it's all about what you want people to feel, right? Look at that. That is insane. That's some kind of hero shot. Look at that. It's crazy. It's a power shot. Like it's a power shot. So you created a simple but complex shot where he's creating like, I'll show you the other one too. He's multi-layered shots where they're a little more complex, but it's completely different. All right, what do you got?
I'm trying to utilize these plants, kind of like as a foreground.
Okay, I see. Okay, now cut off his feet completely. Just go waist up. How weird is that shot right there? But how dope is that? You just made it look like a damn movie. That one framing change, right?
Yeah.
Dennis, move like 5 rocks up to us. This will change it all again. Look how smooth the line of the hill is passing by his shoulders right now. It's so natural, right? It doesn't look forced. Because if it was going through his head instead of his right or left shoulder right now, it would have been awkward. My saying is, you don't need a beautiful location always. It's just about how you make something feel, right, in the midst of filming it. Up close and personal, but minimal, like really minimal. So, like this is an emotional moment right now. Some actors are acting out a scene together, and you need to make it about them, not about where they're at. And you are limited to this location. How do you do this right here? And what does that mean to you? Yeah, define that for yourself.
Angle might not be as pretty, but it's gonna be minimal.
Minimalistic.
Minimalistic. Put the hands down, okay, please? Alright. It's a lot different than the other frame. There's nothing busy in the background that's distracting.
Okay, why did you do your frame the way that you did? I like it actually. I like it a lot.
That's it.
Said minimal and personal is what I told.
Yeah. I don't know. You were doing it really up close, so I wanted to go like a little bit farther, I guess.
Film this way. I have the water in the back. It's minimal.
now you gotta make it personal.
Right? Minimal, but how do you make it personal? Okay. How are you gonna solve this riddle?
So Leo, what's your interpretation of personal?
Personal, I feel like it's like he'd be looking at you, and it'd be more like up close, like nothing else matters. Like behind him, it's really just about him.
Okay, Leo, try this. Put the camera right here. Now frame this shot. Tell me that's not up close and personal and minimal.
Yeah. You want to do interesting or like that? Right? Or like you do that.
Is it a hand wave thing?
Stepping back one, so the camera shot is rolling, right? Don't move the cameras. Let it just roll. Take one step back. Frame.
It should be still.
You almost wonder, like, why are you doing this to me? Like, why am I looking at someone from this perspective? Because from a human interaction, you're never going to look at somebody and talk to somebody like this for a long time, right? But that's the shot. Why is it important for an audience to think that they're right now in my position right here, watching? Now look at this freaking shot. Look how clean this shot is. Look at how good it makes you feel, at least me. I could be biased. Something about it. You can't explain it, right? But it just feels right. You can get as complicated for the rest of your life and keep learning new techniques and tricks. Like that's gonna be you personalizing it, but you still have to learn the fundamentals first,
100%.
always.
Guys, where do you place the person in the frame, right? This was a different shot too, where like I was right in the middle of the frame, right? It's all about why you do it, and where you put the person is what's gonna make the world of a difference.
I want now, it's like minute one, you two, this is gonna be my last, at least, like, thing I want to do right now. Let's start with Sam, just Sam. Take me, position me however, wherever you want. Like, take a second, walk down the beach, figure out where you want to place me, how and why you want to shoot me, and Leo, go do the same. Decide what you want to do and how you want your frame to feel, because that's what you want the audience to see. Look at my outfit, process me. How do you utilize this the best way that it is? This is how it came.
Sounds crazy. Hey, what up, bro? Masterclass number 1, baby. In the books. Almost in the books.
Let's follow Sam. You're playing God right now. You tell me exactly how, where. You want me to be sad? You want me to be happy?
I want you to sit on one of these rocks.
Okay. Okay.
And do like I'm getting like streetwear model type vibes from you.
Okay. It's from the model's perspective or actor's perspective, right? Did you accomplish, what were you going for? I didn't see the frame, but I'll see it later.
I wanted it to be more up close. I wanted to have like different layers.
We're basically trying to show off an outfit in someone's look and posture.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, let's go see what Leo's gonna do now.
So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have you recording like your feet right there, and you're gonna be walking up, and then like I want you to like try to walk up. Just like start there and then walk up to like.
Show me. So there's a lot of times what you can do too is you show the person. So if you can't explain it a lot of times, which is difficult because someone's trying to like imagine their perspective is completely different, you want to walk them through it.
You just come through here and then like come up here, and then just like, and then like once you reach like, I think this rock, actually copy this rock, kind of like look up and like look around maybe. You look this way.
Okay. How do you want me to make the audience feel as an actor in it? What do you want me to do? And how do you want me to, right? Because it's an art between you filming it and me acting it out, right?
Yeah. I want it to be like kind of like you're in a place that you've like never been, I guess.
Okay.
And you're like kind of just like exploring.
Okay.
And you can go.
Get it?
I think I got it, but I wanted to get like more of your feet at the beginning. Since you're going farther away, like I'll see more of you. It kind of worked out like when you were looking up, because like that's like when I want to see your face.
Got it.
Mine's pretty basic.
Amazing.
Hey, basic doesn't mean it's not good. Remember simplicity, remember the basic. But I showed you, you can put the camera right up to someone's thing and still make it feel like warm. I know it sounds so freaking deep, but it really just comes from like, I know how I want to feel when I frame it, Once I know how on it, I just need to accomplish it by making sure that when I look at the frame, when I set it up, it does exactly what it, and you could do that almost every time. But it's the basics which get you far, because if you can dominate simplicity, you can dominate everywhere, I promise.
We just got back from the
Oh, Dennis just dropped his phone. Ooh, zoom in on that. Yep.